if it's Lethality's Eye, like if it's not Lethality's Eye, you're like, okay, I break the tank, but then your comp is weaker through the mid game, so you're kind of in a catch-22 here. I would love this. This is fantastic. You've got some extra magic damage now in this comp. You can, yeah, 1-0 on the pick.
Yeah.
It'll be his second time, it looks like here. Switches to the Pike.
Okay.
This composition could not be more all-in.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty interesting. I think that as the game comes along, they're from the side of Dalmon, they just have so much ability to say no, right? Like, they have really nice range. They have the Ezreal.
Okay, hold on. Gold card here into Canyon.
Yeah, Faker getting a bit baited. He gets knocked up into the air, and Faker's just going to say, nah, yeah, I'll just flash away from that one.
You know, against this lane, like, Ezreal sits so far back, he can avoid you.
Agree, taking a nice little trade here. He's going to pull Zeus in. He's got that passive ticking. Zeus in a little bit of trouble now as the Q comes in, and oh man, he predicts the flash, and he's just going to get a solo kill on the Zeus just like that as the flash comes in here from Kellen. He's going to get Bone Speared in though, and Duck Dom gets in front of the Q, but it does not matter as that will still be enough damage to take down Kellen. So the Sears Carrier again. The flash coming in. They're really trying to get on top of Kellen here, who does not have his flash. Very well timed by them, but at the end of the day, not really able to secure any kills or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just the heal out of Duck Dom.
Unfortunate, you know, but you've got to be looking for plays like that. You know, T1, a Drake up here, but okay, we're going to see the Galio ult committed.
Yeah, but Nuggery is the Mordekaiser, pulls Zeus in, and Zeus has to flash while in the Death Realm. Showmaker just waiting for that one, but he gets pulled in a huge taunt onto two of them, and finally, Damwon do come up. Zeus in a lot of trouble, and now Damwon are the ones that are turning this one around. The damage not quite there for T1. As the pull comes in and Owner's going to go down. That is a double kill for Nuggery, who is now 3-0 on the Mordekaiser.
So, but this is why you play weak side Mordekaiser. He's ahead in this case.
He's calling for it before Zeus even hops in. He's like, yeah, please cover me. They're here, you know.
And this buys so much time, calls for Camille having no flash. And look at his shield bar here. That he spends this late in the fight, flashes, because he didn't have to use that at any point earlier on in the fight, because he just ulted instead. It's just crazy. And he knows everybody has no ult, and like, the follow-up here is so clean from the Twisted Fate. Because the Twisted Fate is also global, I mean, it's...
Ooh, Faker in some trouble now. He's got gold carded now as well after getting leashed, trying desperately to stop this Rift Herald from going down. Take a look at the state of the top lane too. Zeus does not have a completed item here.
I hate that this draft ended up going this way so heavily, and then with Nuggery making an outplay topside against, you know, rookie Zeus here, it's...
Okay, let's see how this one goes. Might force the Death Realm to come out once again. There it is. He's getting on top of Zeus now, and look at the damage that's coming out. Zeus with a really nice flash in the Death Realm, though, as the damage. Zeus will win the trade, and Canyon gets baited into trying to go for the kill. And immediately, T1 finally gets something on their table.
You know that they shouldn't even be allowed to get are going to be massive. And it's a high-risk play from T1 as well, because, again, you're diving onto a Rift Maker Mordekaiser.
Mordekaiser, yeah. Watch the outplay here. This is so critical.
Yeah, the flash there is massive.
Yeah.
And then...
dodges the grass, barely survives, and Canyon tries to flash for it. That's everything. It's huge.
And notice that, obviously, Showmaker is not here for any of this on the bottom side. And I think Nuggery maybe it's some miscommunication, hoping that he's going to buy enough time for that to come over there.
Yeah.
This is one way that it becomes very difficult to actually take map control back or ever contest Drake.
Uh-oh. Here we go again. And Zeus has red buff. There is the Destiny that does come in as threatening it here. But even the teleport committal, they're just considering pushing Showmaker away. They do exactly that. As the Death Realm does end, and now Nuggery's in a lot of trouble. Owner's able to set up the kick flash, as now the rotation from Damwon looks a bit slow. Here comes Canyon, though, looking for that pillar. Can he line it up? Owner looks to be the sacrifice, as everybody else is just on the run. And Owner, he's still alive, actually. He's not going to go down either. And the kiting here is huge from the side of T1. Nobody goes down.
But can T1 get the Drake is the question. You know, they're pushed away. They have to defend. Does this actually time out? No way.
No way. Okay. Well, he spots the teleporting Camille's.
Damwon are just not gonna let this go without a fight regardless though.
Owner did get his right now though. The flash comes in, big taunt, a huge summoner ability, and they get ducked on 100-0, just like that. And now this is the T1 that we have seen all in the past. They are taking that confidence with the big turnaround in the mid game. The Trundle, you know, from ahead, we saw the power, but now from up behind, certainly kind of just a walking ward. He does have those Anathema's chains.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can make anything happen here. Zeus is going to get tethered up. Might have to be left alone. He is going to use his stopwatch as well as they're looking to turn it around. Owner goes in. Not sure about that. Tukdom's over the wall, just raining hell on them, but now Gumayusi's got position. Good pillar, though, to block the escape as T1 looks like they went a bit deep, and now it's Damwon's turn to try to turn this game, as only 2 members of T1 will get out of there. It is quite nice.
Baker on the backside.
There in the pit, he's going to be spotted. Baker is going for a bit of a windy walk, as now underneath everybody, that's going to be Gumayusi in some trouble, but it is Xayah after all, as the gold card comes in, and the damage is there to kill him anyway, as the Dragon will go the way of T1, though. They're going to pick up the soul, as Baker here nearly able to take down Showmaker as well, and
okay, this is a bit of a scary spot to be in as T1.
Ooh, Canyon.
Okay, I thought there were more here, never mind.
Totally caught by himself, and he is just dead. Yeah.
I actually thought the rest of Damwon and Kia were collapsing in faster. I mean, the idea was correct, like, oh, we catch them there, but the rest of the team isn't there, and now T1 have a free Baron.
Huge game. He comes out here, he's 2-0-1, even through all the trouble. He has some ridiculous vision score. I don't even know what it is at this point. As the kick comes in, I think that was a little bit messed up there by that ward. A very suspicious ward there. He is going to jump onto another one. Zeus is kind of frontlining as now. Here comes that engage we were looking for. He jumps onto Canyon. Not necessarily the best target, but it doesn't matter. The damage here from Damwon is just so lacking at this point in time.
Everybody's just too tanky.
They can't get through it.
Nuggery's focused down here. He took so much damage before the rest of Damwon and Kia could try to help him out.
And with the Baron now, yeah, they can just easily do this. This is what this comp does so well, and that's going to be Tukdom dead too. T1 are going to put an end to this game now with the Baron that they still have for 50 seconds left. T1, a huge comeback here, a couple of mistakes, and they really slam the door in Damwon Kia's face, as they will have some fun here. Boost up their KDA, but that is going to be game number 1, going the way of T1 here in this matchup.
I just don't think it can be overstated. The advantage that Nuggery had in the top side of the map, the stable bottom lane, that moment where Tukdom is too far forward and Faker does not hesitate for a second and kills him, I think is really where things started to go awry for Damwon and Kia after the turnaround top side. Vicaria.
Oh! Come on, it was perfect.
It was actually so insanely good for this
It was
comp.
so good.
Yeah, I mean, you
and you even have a Callista.
Yeah, you build Rylai's, you have power in the lane. I mean, yeah, you're going to have problems in Bard Ezreal in the early parts of the phase, but you're also not going to get the same gold you would with the Senna comp. But it could have been good. I think Senna with Singed could have been a very good way to round this draft out.
And we're going to begin the game with some shenanigans.
Just, as you mentioned, kind of stopping the fight, and oh, this could be a disaster.
There is a relatively large wave, but it's not huge. Owner also does not have red buff. He skipped it to make this happen. The Q sails wide, but the slow will come in. Nuggery is still hanging around, just chipping away here, but looks like the damage should be enough. Owner is taking a lot, though, and the Q finally comes in. And Zeus will actually pick up the first blood.
So patient was Nuggery here.
It's not that cool.
Yeah.
To be honest.
LCK teams don't like him because he doesn't team fight as well.
Okay, this is very aggressive, but it should be enough. Showmaker not even going to flash.
Okay, T1 are in such a good spot. This is the exact opposite of last game where
on a Doran's ring, still taking very aggressive trades. Here's Kellen, extremely caught out. That's not the magical journey you were looking for. Easy kill. Guma just gonna scoop that one up as Keria finds a very lonely Bard. If you look at some of the champions they're running and the amount of setup, especially the Callista, Faker's actually going to have to hop out of here. Definitely a very strange, heroic exit as now Showmaker's in behind them. The Tempered Fate comes in, and the Justice Punch is going to hit Showmaker. The immediate grab comes in, and Duckdom is dead again with Flash. Not sure what it is about Ezreal's in this week dying with their Flash up, but now that might just be even more. Canyon is being run down here. It's looking likely. They hand it over to Guma, and this is going to be Kellen as well, as T1 are now just rolling them here in this game.
Faker's just holding the Drake aggro, so Owner can come over and finish it off. Doesn't need a smite. Not going to waste his cooldown on that one. And this is going from bad to worse.
Play against T1 kind of leaning back in our chairs because we don't want to fight. This time, certainly taking the fight to T1, but that's maybe not a good idea either, as Nuguri has landed all of these needles as Zeus is going to do a fantastic job dodging a lot, and actually Owner will be safe for a while, but now here comes Showmaker going to pick up Zeus as Faker is not going to kill Nuguri. Actually tries to escape, and that will not work out either.
Cloud, Soul Point on the line here in this fight. Look at the flank angle for Zeus. Doesn't have flash, but he could definitely trap some of these rotating Dom 1 players.
Yeah, Destiny does come in, though. They're trying to get on top of Keria here, but again, Showmaker extremely deep to try to pick that off, and now that's the Destiny down. It is going to group up Dom 1 and deny the flank as a big depth charge does come in as Duckdom is just out of the fight. It's a big true shot barrage as the damage now coming out here from Dom 1, but it's not quite enough. They're going to take down Gwen as well. T1 now 5v3, a lot of low health bars, but it's not quite there for Dom 1, and T1 take another big fight.
It's just so hard to play the comp that Dom 1 is running. You can see the ideas, you can see the lights get turned off, Nocturnes come in, True Shot lines up when they all come over. As soon as the engage happens.
Yeah, I really liked the addition of the Gwen into this composition because I do feel like that while Ezreal is very good at getting away from all of the dive from T1, he doesn't do well just firing Mystic shots into tanks. As here we go, another big play on the top side. They're trying to lock down Faker, but a lot of T1 are here. Another teleport going to be used as they try to isolate Keria again, but he is quick on the play. And look at this!
Man.
Duckdom is alone again. Huge Tempered Fate at least is going to come in, and Duckdom does survive. Actually is able to turn it around as Faker, the only one there on the front side. Guma was not here. And that means that Tomlin will actually pick up a kill after all that.
The flanking Ezreal isn't always the right call, but when it is, it really is.
Uh-oh.
Showmaker.
Yeah, Guma's in some trouble. He is going to have to use that cleanse. Big tip charge again, going to catch 3 of them.
Online for Guma.
Okay,
here we go.
Play as Showmaker goes all the way in. No cleanse here for Guma. There's nowhere for him to go as he is going to be taken down. And the Tempered Fate here again, but actually Stopwatch is what's going to save Duckdom's life. He finally does go down, but the heavy lifting again is Nuguri. The needles come through, and he pushes them into that huge front line of T1.
So ends up being a trade here, but a much better trade for the side of Dom 1 Kia, and it's going to allow them to stop T1 from getting that Cloud Soul. So preemptive setup play. Now, T1 look like they may contest Owner, does have Smite available. Teleport coming in, though. This is very greedy if T1 really want to secure this now. I think you're just going to have to back off, and they do think better of it. But what's so beautiful about this play for Dom 1 Kia is any stragglers?
Okay, I mean, it is Canyon with the shields, though, so it's kind of difficult to force this T1. Owner is still going in, as now you've got Nuguri behind you. There's a Cloud Rift as well, but at the end of the day, DK will just take the drink.
I don't hate the attempt, but yeah, it's difficult when you could just spell shield that one. And
they're trying to pressure into Baron.
A
very big tempo play.
A very T1 play, but they're spotted like, oh, there was one of those. All right, there's still, I mean, they have a lot of damage. It's Callista early, but there's not a whole lot of damage on this team otherwise, and that's True Shot.
But yeah, the damage isn't quite there, it feels like, for T1, and there's not really a way for them to get out of here as the Paranoia comes down. Keria's down, but he's trying to sacrifice. They get the Baron, and T1 are just trying to get out of here. The back from Owner will not happen, but he can just hop the wall. Faker and Keria will be the ones that sacrifice for it, as we do have Destiny.
Ellen wants to chase here. He has Tempered Fate.
Ooh. Actually, I mean, they're playing with fire. Showmaker's not even that healthy, but...
Like, they don't have vision here. They don't have vision in their own jungle, so they can't punish.
Oh.
Okay, this is greedy.
Where's the Faker? Oh, there he is. As Nuggery, he is in a lot of trouble. 2v1. He should be able to trade onto Faker, though the Sonya's will be used. He's bought some time, but it's only time that he's bought, not his life. He gets taken down. And 3v1 will come into effect.
Pretty sure he got the Gromp, though, so...
Oh, okay, worth, yeah.
Yeah, but, like, T1 played so beautifully around vision. T1 are playing, and this sounds so crazy, and Mal brought it up earlier, but they're playing RNG's game right now. This is the type of play that we saw from Xiaohu on Galio all throughout MSI. Vision control that's set up deep, absolutely oppressive vision control that allows you to make punish plays like this. And Damwon Kia, if they could have seen in their jungle where T1 were, they could have actually stopped this collapse from happening. They could have actually trapped Owner in the jungle there. They could have actually made a cross-map play. But they're just totally blind, and Nuggery is trying to be greedy because he's like, well, we can't defend our end, or I have to trade for something, but he can't. Okay, Tempered Fate's out.
Oh, they're trying to get Guma here once again. He does have Cleanse this time, but he's just going to survive, actually. The damage's not quite there. Nuggery was not here. The flash comes in from Showmaker. They will take down the Kalista, as now the chase is on. It's not a very easy chase, though. Duckdom might be able to pick up Zeus here, as he is going to hookshot over the wall and flash to get away from this one. Duckdom, again, still on the chase.
And the timing of this, once again, works out very well for Damwon Kia being able to set up for another Drake take. Or they follow.
We got a fight right now. There's a huge taunt. Faker gets 4 of them, but the Tempered Fate is huge again. As the heroic entrance does come in, provides that tankiness, but Kalista is down. Might not matter, though. The damage here from Duckdom, he's still pumping it out. Owner and Zeus can't quite get deep enough. They're trying to take down Ducky, and they will be able to eventually, as Kellen also on the run. No more magical journeys for him, as T1 will trade up by just 1 kill.
And that's
they
a Cloud
should be
Soul.
able to get the Cloud Soul.
The Tempered Fate is good, but the carry in this team needs to be Nuggery, not Duckdom. Nuggery needs to somehow be the one who survives, but then he's not doing his job as Gwen of some of these fights, then yeah, this would look very different.
Look at this taunt again.
It's massive. And Faker knows they don't see him.
It's 5.
They know he is completely unseen. He knows that he's completely unseen because there's a control ward there. Then he ults back on top of his team to give them an additional amount of shielding. And Duckdom, yeah, he can do a lot of damage, but he's an Ezreal here. There's just too much. There's too much tankiness, too much engage. I mean, it's a Camille and a Lee Sin on top of you. Yeah. You can't last forever.
They're like healing. Yeah. 1v2 versus an Ezreal.
So, I mean, this is the 5-man. He has control ward. He's on the other side, so there's just no way they could see him. They walked right into it. This is the second flash taunt play in this best of 3 from Faker that's game defining. Yeah. You have to fight for this, though.
Tempered Fate. Destiny coming on over. They're buying sometime the Paranoia as well, but there's the smite, and there is the engage from Keria again, and Nuggery, he can't even survive to throw out any needles. He can't do any damage because he just gets 100 to 0'd as the turn. Extremely clean here from the side of T1 as now Owner is getting into that backline. Zeus is going to absolutely nuke Duckdom. He does not exist anymore. And that might just be the game at the end of this one. With the Baron, T1 should push to end.
T1 in control of this game from start to finish. One small error on top side, but beyond that, they just played a clean game of League of Legends. Canyon looks to be the last to fall here. Maybe this escapes, who cares? Bye-bye.
And Camille gets it.
Stolen.
Yep. Either way, a very clean 2-0 from T1. Absolutely a lot to see here, though. Both of these games were very entertaining.
And T1 will eclipse their own org's record. It's such a style that RNG is dominated with in the LPL, dominated with an MSI. It's suffocating, and it's one layer deeper of T1's already suffocating play style where they get early game leads. Yeah. We witnessed growth.
Thank you very much, guys. This is Season for the POG interview translation, joined by Faker and Keria from T1. 24 match win streak in the LCK, the longest win streak in the LCK history. How do you feel, Keria? Yeah, I heard that we made a great record today, so I'm so happy and proud, and I'm happy that we defeated a very strong team, Damwon Kia. And Faker, you surpassed your own past 2015 SK Telecom. How do you feel? I mean, it's like so long ago, I can't really even remember that, but still feels great to always write new history. I want to ask you about the draft in game number 1. You guys let Twisted Fate through and then counter that with Galio Camille. We prepared many picks for sure, and those are one of the picks that we prepared. And also, especially Damwon Kia, they prefer poke comp a lot, so we wanted to opt into a dive comp. And we had Mordekaiser, a counter for Camille, and Nuguri was definitely doing a great job early on. So how did you guys communicate to kind of help him out? I've been playing top in the ranked game a lot, and I realized that this is not a very hard matchup for Camille, in fact. And also Zeus is always so good at coming back in the later phase, so we trusted him. Then tell us about the last pick, Pyke, on the red side. Well, these days, you know, R5 is not always like the best pick, the best counter pick, you know. So this time around, even though we had the last pick available, we wanted to just choose the best pick into the opponent's comp, and that was Pyke. I guess Pyke was the most ideal pick into Damwon Kia's comp. However, Damwon Kia's bottom duo was doing a fantastic job during the laning phase. They were pushing the lane really hard, and they were having prio for the most of the time. I think Tokdam Kellen, they prefer Ezreal Karma duo a lot, but Karma right now is not a good pick. Karma is not good right now, so you can only play Karma into a weaker team, which means we are not weaker than them, obviously, so we were able to kind of play out the game really well. And game number 1 was all about that roam play, and Faker as well. You were helping out other laners with your ult. So which one? Do you so Camille and Galio comp is now 5-4 against Camille with Twisted Fate. I think those kind of stats are all actually like accumulated from very long ago, so I don't think that really represents the meta or the matchup. I think every team has kind of different approach to champion matchups and comps, and I believe that our understanding is the answer. So when Pyke is grouped up with other players, he doesn't really get the best value. He has to play around the side lane. So I was having a lot of comps with Camille and also maybe jungler in order to get picks. And Faker, you were always drawing so much attention of the opponent players and tanking in the front lane. Tell us about that play as well. Yeah, I mean, we were always having a lot of communication, and I kind of thought I was in the right spot. And I could kind of tell that opponents were a little bit rushing, so I was able to make a great play. I have another question about the top lane matchup. Was Zeus feeling a little bit more pressured playing against Nuguri today? I don't really know, because Zeus is a great player. He's a great person, I mean a great player. And yeah, he is a big fan of Nuguri, for sure. I saw him fanboying him a lot. But I think today was definitely a great experience for Zeus. And I'm happy that he was able to pick up a victory in the end. And Faker, Zeus, even though he didn't start off very strong in the get-go, he was able to come back really well. Any message over to him? Great job. Can it be a bit longer, please? I'm pretty sure he was feeling a little bit more nervous than usual today, but even though he was kind of trolling early on, he was able to come back for the late game, so I want to say thank you, or great job over to him. Your next opponent is Guangdong Freaks. What is your resolution for that matchup? They have a new support playing these days, and I think I will beat him as long as I can play well. Good luck, Carrier. And what about you, Faker? Yeah. I think we're in favor of that Guangdong matchup in the past. I think we are having great result against them, and I hope we can continue our winning streak against them as well. Lastly, message for the fans. Thank you for all the love and support. And we are still aiming for the perfect season one more time this summer, so we will keep grinding until the end. What about you, Carrier? Same. Thank you for all the continuous support. And just like the spring split, I want to have undefeated split, just like Faker mentioned. We will do our best. Thank you. And this will be the end of the interview from Faker Carrier from T1 and back to the carpet space. Thank you.